What's good, guys? Today we have two matches actually against dgtimes3, who I think was from the Pokémon Wi-Fi chat. So yeah, I start out with my Landorus, which I call Hosni. If you know about George Lopez, you'll get the joke. As he goes into his Cloyster, which I know is going to Shell Smash. I went for the U-turn as I think I misclicked at the time. I wanted to go for Hammer Arm actually, so he did indeed go for that Shell Smash, and I switch out because I'm fearing the Ice type move. So I go into Fortress to take it, and he does pretty nicely, I guess. If anything can take a +2 Icicle Spear well, especially with the skill link. So yeah, Fortress is yeah, I don't know, I didn't expect the Hydro Pump as much, so I was like, I lost it. So I decided to go for a Mach Punch, and seeing how this almost KO'd, I know that I probably should have went for the Hammer Arm that first turn, and then I would have KO'd now instead of getting this thing KO'd as well. And that's bad, but that's whatever, I guess. So now I go into Diss the Slug, which is my Gastrodon. He goes for a Rock Blast, and does a good amount of damage, but Gastrodon is ineffective. But does this Gastrodon is just such a beast that he takes it with it's not even a 3-hit KO at that point. So now he goes into his Ferrothorn, and I switch out. I go into my Hydreigon just because, yeah, I got the Fire Blast to scare him away, or a Focus Blast, I guess. So I go for the Fire Blast now, and that's obviously going to cook the Ferrothorn, but he has an Oka Berry, so it's only going to be 2 times effective. And he goes for a Gyro Ball, which is going to do a lot of damage after the curse. So he switches out because he knows that it's not 4 times effective, and goes into Politoed. So I went for the Fire Blast, obviously, because I'm Choice Scarfed. I can't get out of that. So yeah, that's whatever. He kills me. Wait, no, he doesn't. But whatever. I switched out. Wait. Whatever he does. I didn't even pay attention. So, anywho, I'm in with a Gastrodon, and yeah, his Ice Beam does nothing, so I figure he's probably going to switch, so I go for a Recover. And I get some good HP back with 405, and it goes up to full after leftovers. He goes for a Hurricane, and I was pretty sure I could live 1, and I do quite nicely, I guess. Not super great, but I do live it. My Skull actually does about the same as what his Hurricane did to me, but the second Hurricane's unfortunately going to take me out, and I have nothing to take a Hurricane. So now I go into Gengar, just because then I figure out that he must be Choice Scarved. So yeah, that's kind of bad. I lose my Gengar. I probably should have thought about that before, but alright, I didn't lose my Hydreigon. I did switch out that time. So I just go for a Draco, and obviously that'll take this thing out. I really wasn't sure if like a Fire Blast would take it out, so I really wanted to just go for the Draco. Yeah. So I go for a Draco again, because I didn't really want to switch out. And it doesn't do nearly as much as I would have liked. That's actually underwhelming damage, despite it being a -2. So he goes for an Ice Gem boosted Ice Beam, which I guess that's a good thing I foddered this thing out now, because yeah, this thing would have definitely died to an Ice Gem boosted Ice Beam. So I just go for a Stone Edge, because yeah, it's all I can go for. Hosni's my last Pokemon. So he goes into his Politoed. I missed the first Stone Edge, which kind of not really mattered. Didn't really matter, because yeah, my destiny's sealed already. He goes for Protect just to stall the turn, and I'm like, it's over. While you're watching me fall to the hands of a Politoed, why don't I just make, like, I don't know, George Lopez jokes from the episode Profiles of Courage about Hosni, who is obviously my Landorus. Oh, I like to watch America's Funniest Home Videos, but I do it religiously. Well, anyways, the next match against the same guy after I lost the first time. Now, this was a much better match for me. The first match I was kind of sidetracked in doing other things, and I kind of played poorly, so that's whatever, I guess. I start out with Magnezone this time, as he starts out with his Thunder Tornadus, and I just go it to Jellicent, predicting a Hurricane or a Focus Blast. A Focus Blast, not a Hurricane. So then he switches out to Politoed. I just went for a Will-O-Wisp because I figured I would get a good status on really anything. And goes for a Perish Song, which I didn't really understand because I knew I'd be switching out again. That Will-O-Wisp was actually a misclick. I did not predict him to switch, but it didn't affect the match, so that's whatever. So now I go into my Magnezone because I know that he has nothing that can really hit me hard. And this is bulky Magnezone. So yeah, he's losing lots of nice damage to burn, and his Perish Song count falls. So now I just go for a Thunderbolt, hoping it would take him out, but because I'm bulky, it doesn't. He goes for a Perish Song to try to force a switch later, but that obviously I'm going to have to switch out anyways for other reasons. He goes into that dreaded Cloyster again, and he just goes for Cell Smash, predicting the switch, but I'm pro, so I did not switch. And I go for a Substitute, because why not go for a sub? Let's see. Perish Song count falls to 2. He goes for a Rock Blast, and I actually avoid it like a champ, because Magnezone's that much of a champ. Yeah, so he has a Focus Sash, which is kind of bad, but almost all of them do. And my Magnezone, I need to save it, so I have to switch out, unfortunately. And I decide to send in my Tyranitar just to get the sand up and kill his 1 HP. And I knew Tyranitar could take 1 Rock Blast. He actually gets a crit, I think, on the 4th one. Yeah, which is kind of bad, but not really that bad. It didn't do much more. So he lives it like a champ, plus 2 Rock Blast. And now he switches into Starmie. I probably could have went for the Crunch, but I predicted the Surf, so yeah, I went into Jellicent. The Water Absorb or whatever didn't really affect anything because I already had full HP, but yeah, it was still pro play. So he goes for a Thunder now, and that does like 49% right there. After Leftovers is definitely not 2-hit KO. Well, actually, Leftovers is canceled out, but it's still definitely not a 2-hit KO. So I predict the Thunder again. I just go into the man, because why not? Absorb it. And now I switch back out, and I'm going into Latios, because now I'm predicting... Well, he actually predicts like a champ. It goes for the Ice Beam. But I still take it fairly nicely, considering it's Ice Gem boosted. And he goes for another one. Unfortunately, I don't live it. So that's whatever. I forgot what Starmie's base speed was, and I guess I thought Latios was faster. That's kind of bad, but yeah, it's whatever. So in the Sandstorm, my Thunder hits. I was praying that it would. So my Ditto's Thunder does hit. And now he goes into Ferrothorn, which is kind of bad, so I can't stay in. And I go into my Tyranitar. And he goes for a Gyro Ball, which I wasn't sure if I could live one, but I did fairly nicely, I guess. So I go for a Superpower because I don't want the Fire Blast to miss, and I think he has that Fire Berry again. So I know that the Superpower would probably 2-hit KO. Well, of course, minus the attack drop. I figured if he was gonna kill me, I'd get the superpower off instead. So he goes for the Leech Seed, which was kind of weird, but yeah, that's what he goes for. Now I just go for the rocks, just why not? I figured I'd just get him up. Late game, but he has some stuff that I think he has stuff that's weak to it. So now I go into Magnezone because he can't switch out, and I go for a sub. And so now he goes for a Power Whip, and this is why I run bulky Magnezone. So Power Whip will never break Magnezone's sub without any sort of boosting move. And now I go for a Charge Beam. I knew it wouldn't do anything, but I like the special attack raise. So he goes for a Curse. Obviously, I know that I can't set up on this thing since it's a boosting set. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go for the HP Fire. And it almost takes it out. If it didn't have that Oka Berry, it would have for sure taken it out. But it doesn't, so it goes for the Power Whip, and then this time it'll definitely break my sub. So yeah, I go for a sub again just to scout, see really if the Power Whip, maybe he'll get a miss with Power Whip. That's the other thing I was hoping for, maybe. But unfortunately, his Power Whip does break my sub, so I'm kind of banking on the miss right now, and I don't actually get it. His Power Whip keeps breaking my sub. Ugh. So yeah, I'm just stalling turns, trying to get him to miss. And that's probably not a great idea, but whatever. This turn, let's see, what do I do? Yeah, I just go for the Hidden Power just to KO him. So that's good, I guess, but I probably could have done something else along the way. I don't know. So he sends in his Dragonite, and that's the reason why I wanted to get rocks up, to get residual damage against the Dragonite, mainly to break its multi-scale. So I thought he might over-predict and go for a Dragon Dance or something, so I stayed in. But it doesn't really matter because I can easily revenge kill with my Ditto and just go for an Outrage. And this one is Choice Scarfed, so I can basically revenge kill almost anything in the game. I get a crit, but it doesn't matter. That's unnecessary. So now he goes into his Tornadus, and I'm Choice Scarfed, so I do outspeed somehow. And yeah, I get the 2-turn Outrage, and it doesn't matter because I win. So despite some of those misplays along the way, I do end up being victorious, and I win the second match against dgtimes3. So that was a good game, both games actually, and I had fun, especially in the second one when I actually paid more attention to the game. And yeah, if you guys aren't enrolled in my summer tournament right now, I recommend you go check it out. And make sure you leave a like if you liked this video. Come on. I mean, I'm starting to get subscribers and views, but you know, I need all the likes to go the whole distance. And be sure to hit that gray sub button up there. So yeah, take care guys. Peace out.